you dancing light and heavy smoke? Have you fixed that treasured heart that's all broke? Here is a tape, follow me, give this a meaning. Do you wanna feel the rush when somebody is listening? Heaven is getting closer to the earth, and someday I'll set you free, I promise. There's no time to lose, the world is closing in, and we're still here. Do you wanna feel alive? We are so what's the rush? Feeling like a dream. Could we be crying for tonight? We lost but never found. Fear is not around. We can't turn this world around. This will be the end of treason as we know it. This will be the death of anger, 'cause we won't show it. Here isn't safe, follow me, give this a meaning. Do you wanna feel the rush when somebody's listening? Heaven is getting closer to the earth, and someday I'll set you free, I promise. There's no time to lose, the world is closing in, and we're still here. Do you wanna feel alive? We are, so what's the rush? Feeling like a dream. Could we be crying for tonight? We lost but never found. Fear is not around. We can't turn it.
Yes, guys, big up everyone. Welcome. How's everyone doing on this Friday evening? Hope you're all doing well. Yes, guys, this is 2 days out from the biggest game in English football, Liverpool versus Manchester United. We're going to talk about the match preview for that today. Also, going to talk about, and I'm going to start with this first as well. I think I'm going to start with this first today. The Arne Slot press conference. The Arne Slot press conference we're going to be chatting about, because it's not gone down too well with, a lot of Liverpool fans. I ain't going to lie. A lot of Liverpool fans weren't too happy with some of the things he said. Also, rivals obviously doing their thing and chirping in on a Liverpool manager's press conference, which is kind of weird to me. I don't honestly understand that, but hey ho. Yeah, but let's see if I can find these clips of Arne Slot out. I think it was on Haters TV. This is the first one. Let me get this clip up. Big up the chat, man. Hope you're all doing good. Hope you're having a good Friday. Let me just share this quickly. Let's do this quick. Right, it's only like, so this is one of the things that annoyed a lot of people.
Scored from a set piece.
Oh, hang on, let's make this so you can bloody hear it. There you go.
And we haven't scored from a set piece. If you would tell me that we've conceded 40% of our goals from set pieces, and the number one in the league has scored 60% of their goals from set pieces, and we're still 1 point behind that team, I would probably think that's not even that bad. But it is, of course, clear that conceding 4 is far too much, and we haven't.
So that's one of the things Arne Slot said today that a lot of people are upset about. Big up chat, man. A lot of people are upset that Arne Slot basically said facts. No lies there. It's quite true. You know, I don't know why people are getting so upset. I know why people are getting upset. I should say I know why. But he did speak a lot of facts there. I ain't gonna lie. Big up, Colin. How you doing, man? But the press conference has, you know, some people are. Let me see if I can get up the whole thing. Pause. Let me see if I can bring up the whole press conference, because a lot of people are not too happy about it. Right. What we're going to do, guys, we're going to watch the press conference, yeah? I'll pause it in and out and we'll talk about it, because I want to get your understanding of it, guys, as well. I want to get your understanding of the whole situation. So I'm going to play the whole thing. All right? Right, let's do this. You should be able to hear it, okay?
Can we just check on team news first of all? Obviously, Ryan Gravenberch, we understand, was taken off as a precaution. Is he okay? Where's Alisson at? And Kanate as well? Will he be fit to face Manchester United?
Ryan is completely fit, although we still have to train twice. But if you ask me now, he's completely fit. We are in a good place with the Dutch national team. If Ronald Koeman can make a decision either to play Tijani.
First off, guys, I have to say it's good news that Ryan Gravenberch is fit. I know a lot of people worried about that. It was always precautionary by the sounds of it, but he's perfectly fine. So that's good news straight away. Big up Alex, Eugene. Hope you're doing well. Big up Daz. Big up James. Big up my man Colin. Mickey in the chat. Anfield Road End. Ottoman Turk. LFC Shankly. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Big up to you guys. Get your point. If you've got any points of views on this press conference, just let me know in the chat, and we'll have a look, man. We'll have a look.
And is Ryan Gravenberch. So he played them both 45 minutes. Ibu has come back to us, started his sessions again, and expected to train with us today. And the third one is Alisson. He's not training with us. So
Ibu's training. That's good. So Ibu's fit as well, which is a good thing. Guys, can you all hear this on your end, yeah? Can you all hear the video of Arne Slot? Before I carry on, I just need to know you guys are hearing it, because otherwise there's just dead air. So hopefully you guys can all hear it. Just let me know quickly in the chat before we carry on here. And yeah, we'll carry on. Yeah, Kanate fit, which is good. Yeah, yeah, you can all hear it. Sweet. Obviously, Alisson Becker, we knew, you know, not till the end of after the November international team. After that, he'd be back.
He's out.
Have you got any further indication just how long Alisson could be?
Like I always say, it's so difficult to say, because the end phase of rehab always can give you positives or negatives. But he will not play in the weekend, and also not next week.
Virgil has spoken again about just how difficult it is to retain the Premier League title, and possibly we saw some of that in the run prior to the international break as well. So what's your message been to the players now as you regroup, return to Premier League action in what is traditionally the biggest fixture, one of the biggest fixtures in the calendar?
No, I think what we can say is, if we compare ourselves to last season, we don't create as many chances as we did last season, in the start of last season. But we are still the team that from open play creates the most shots on target. But we've conceded too many goals. We've conceded too many goals, that's for sure. And we've conceded 9, where 4 of them are from set pieces. That is what was and still is, by the way, a strength of us, which sounds weird if you concede 4. But that's not a reflection of the chances we've conceded in terms of set pieces. So,
okay. Big up Eric with a Superman. Much love to you. He says, big up Jamie. Love the content, brother. Big up Eric, man. Love you having you on board, my friend. Thank you for the super. Always appreciated, always loved. Thank you very much. So I've spoken about this personally. I know not a lot of other people have spoken about it, but I have spoke about it where, you know, I have said Liverpool do create a lot of opportunities, and, you know, and he's not wrong there. The set piece thing last season, I think we was the best team in the league defending set pieces last season. This year, we're conceding too many set pieces. So at the moment, at the moment, I don't think there's a lot Slot is saying that's completely wrong. I think, he's saying we're defending well at set pieces this season is wrong, because he sort of contradicts himself, because then he says, but we're conceding too many. So he does contradict himself in that little sentence there. But apart from that, he's not actually, that he's making quite a bit. What he's saying has got a lot of truth behind it. Some of the way he's saying it maybe don't make sense, though. I'll give you guys that.
The other 5 were 2 fast breaks and 3 from open play. I think in open play, we are conceding too many crosses. So that is one of the things where we have to address and what we have to do better.
It's not wrong there, guys. He's not wrong. We are conceding too many crosses. I mean, he's right there, isn't he? He's correct. Let's carry it on.
And like Virgil says, I don't know if he says this, but I think he means he implements this. He means this, that teams are facing us differently than the first half of last season, but that is also what I've said. The amount of long balls that we are facing now compared to last season, I think we're already 1/3 on the way in the amount of long balls we have to defend compared to last season.
So, right. What he says there is true, right? But at the end of the day, we have to stop that happening. So what he's saying is completely true. We are, obviously, teams are playing to us different than they did last season. We are getting more players. Teams are playing more long balls against us than last season. But the problem is, all that is true, yeah? But he's got to find a way for that not to be happening. That's the part that he's got to correct. So he's true in what he's saying, but he's also got to correct it so that doesn't keep happening all season. So, yeah, I hear it.
7 games already. So we have to find answers to that. And the first answer is not to concede so many goals, because if it's harder to score your goals, the best thing you can do is make it harder for teams to score against you as well.
We'll go back to... Right. Now Slot has said that, guys. Now Slot has said that. We've got to make it harder for teams to score against us. I expect someone to come... After that, he said that. I expect a journalist now to go to him. Right, Arne, you just said we need to stop teams scoring against us much too easily, right? We need to defend better. So I need the journalist now to say to him, why did you make Gravenberch a number 6 last season, but a number 8 this season? And is that one of the reasons why we're conceding more chances than we did last season? Hopefully that's the next question, because if that's not the next question after hearing what Arne Slot just said, then these people are not doing their job. Let's have a look.
We've also, you mentioned that obviously scoring goals. When we've seen Mo's numbers drop off because it's 5 in his last 21 appearances. Last season we saw him hit 32 in the first 41 games. Yeah, against Manchester United, he scored more goals in this fixture than any other player. So is this the...
Seriously. Big up, Stabby. How are you doing? Well, man. Seriously. So he just said we've got to defend better as a team. We've got to defend crosses better and stop crosses happening. And we've got to stop the long balls happening, and we've got to defend better. And the journalist's next question is about Mo Salah. What the fuck? Oh, man. It's so annoying. Let's get back to it.
Kind of game that maybe could reignite Mo's form once again. Or goal-scoring form, I should say.
I think it should not matter who we are playing on Sunday or Saturday, but we play on Sunday. If you've lost 3 games in a row and you wear the Liverpool shirt, it doesn't matter who your opponent is, you have to react.
Right.
And if there's one thing I cannot blame the players is that they give everything they have every single game. They go all in from the first till the last minute. This is what we did in the last 3 games.
Are they? Are they, though? Big up somebody LFC in has. Are they, though? Are they giving their all? So is it your fault, Arne? I'm so confused sometimes. Let's just keep listening. I'm interested in this. This is a good press conference because I want to see journalists react to what the manager says. That's the whole point of these press conferences. The journalists are there to react to what the manager is saying so they can give their questions straight away and get their answers that they need. Still, no one's asked about Slot ended that conversation, that sentence about we can see too many crosses, we can see too many long balls, and people are scoring against us too easily. And the first fucking question after he says that is about Mo Salah. I want to know about the defensive stuff more than the attacking stuff right now.
Well, we in both games had to come back. In all 3 games, we had to come back from being 1-0 down. In 2 games, we managed to do so. But unfortunately lost in the end, where we were having chances in both games, maybe more than our opponent, to win it. But if you've lost 3 in a row, it doesn't matter if Man United is coming or Brentford next week. There should always be a reaction, not only from Mo, from all the players.
How do you view this? Just speaking about playing Manchester United in general, the rivalry between Liverpool and Manchester United, how do you view this as an occasion now that you've been involved in it?
It's I look forward to every single Premier League game, but maybe even more towards the Man United one, because I know how special it is, and I've experienced it last season, how special of a game it is. We know that it's probably the game that's been watched the most all over the world. So yeah, it's special to be part of it, but in the end it's also a game where we have to be at our best, because United, in my opinion, has had a better start of the season than maybe the league table is showing. So yeah, very interesting game, and a game to look forward to, especially because it's played at Anfield. And I think our fans have been so supportive for us as long as I'm here and long before I was here. And I think they understand that the team that has lost three times in a row, they need to be ready, our team. But I think our fans can help us and will help us on Sunday as well.
Hi Arne, you mentioned before about teams playing you in a different way this season, obviously trying to defend your
At last, they're asking.
championship. Have you had to, or how much have you had to sort of rethink how you set up and how you play, and how can Liverpool start to surprise teams again?
If you are the team that has created most chances from open play, you can argue if we don't surprise teams. Maybe we do things better than the last 3 results has shown. But it's also clear what I just said, that we haven't created that many chances we did last season, and there's a reason for that. That's playing style of the opponent, and we have to find answers to that. But the first answer is not to concede so many goals as we did, because there's one way of winning a game of football to score 2 or 3 goals. But if the other team scores 1 or 2 goals, you need 3 goals. Where last season we also were able to keep a clean sheet and only need 1 goal. First half of last season we mainly got these goals from a special moment of one of our front 3. Where in the second half we mainly needed a set piece to make the difference against these low blocks. And this season we haven't had that many special moments. Special with one.
Right, I love Arne Slot, yeah. I really do. I love Arne Slot, man. Did he just say we ain't had that many special moments? It's been special moments that have won us all our games this season. Yeah. Arne, my man, I don't know what Arne means by special. Like, he might mean something different to what I'm thinking, right? I'll give Slot the benefit of that, man. He might be thinking it in a different kind of way. But we needed big moments in every single game we played this season to win. Do you know what I mean? To win games. You know, we're winning games from special moments this season. So I don't know if Arne means a completely different thing to special moments than I'm thinking. But that seems quite a straight... Let's carry it on, because he might say something different that, you know, and I'll take it back.
What I mean is an act of brilliance.
An act of brilliance. Okay, I love Arne, man. I'm trying. I think he's a little wrong there. I think every game we've won this season has been through individual brilliance more than system and tactics. That's what everyone says. We all say it. Even I've been saying it. We haven't been playing well, but the individual quality in our players is getting us over the line. So again, Arne Slot might have think it, but he might think it differently to how we think it. I don't know, or he's just, he woke up a bit early today, or as Colin said, he's had too much sun in Ibiza because he has tanned up, man. He has tanned up. But let's carry it on.
And we haven't scored from a set piece. If you would tell me that we've conceded 40% of our goals from set pieces, and the number one in the league has scored 60% of their goals from set pieces, and we're still 1 point behind that team, I would probably think that's not even that bad, but it is.
Arne, we have scored 3 set pieces this season, Arne. Like, why did you bring it up? You're not wrong. The thing is, the thing is, Slot's not wrong, yeah? What he's saying is not incorrect. It's logically correct, yeah? But the problem is, I think we've scored 3 goals from set pieces this season. Do you know what I mean? So I'm a bit confused. But logically, he's not wrong, if that makes sense.
Of course, clear that conceding 4 is far too much for a team that wants to compete.
And Alexander Isak played twice for Sweden, 4 games over.
These fucking journalists, man. He literally just went on a monologue about Liverpool conceding free kicks, conceding set pieces. 40% of our goals have come from set pieces. And then the next question is about Alexander Isak. Like, there's no follow on. It's just a full stop. And then, right, we've done that one. Let's never talk about it again. Let's talk about Alexander Isak now. Can we get some real journos, man? Like, honestly, can we get some real journos? How can Slot, I don't care who you are, yeah, as a manager, love him, like him, hate him, whoever it is, yeah, and I love Arne Slot. People, you guys know that. I don't criticise him too much. I am criticising him a little bit here, but he's also allowed to get away with it because he just mentioned that stat and then figures. And they just go, right, Alexander Isak, like, no, go into a little bit more detail about it. Not, it's weird. It's weird, man.
The international break, I just wonder how you see his fitness progressing, as I know you've been keen to sort of build him up steadily, given his lack of pre-season and everything that's gone on.
Yeah, I think that's what we did, and I think now he had his 5-6 weeks of pre-season, which is normal for every player, especially if you've been out for 3 or 4 months. So fitness-wise, I think he's now close to the level he should be, and now I think we can judge him in the best. In a fair way from now on. So I know how this industry works. If he plays there twice and doesn't score, then that's not what you're hoping for. Of course, you're hoping if they go to the national teams that they score goals, like Cody did, like Virgil did, like Dominic did, and like McAllister did. Do I forget a few? Probably. But he didn't. But I think his pre-season maybe finished. Now he's played a few games, 70, 80, 90 minutes. So let's see where he is in the upcoming weeks.
Right. So Isak, we got Talking Reds in the house as well. And that's insane in the house. Gustav Roach, hope you're doing well. It's good. Look, good answer there by Slot about Isak. So in Arne Slot's mind now, Alexander Isak had his pre-season with his international games and a few minutes he's had before that. So he's now saying you can start rating Alexander Isak from the next game because in his opinion, he's now match fit. He's now ready to go. He's at fitness. He's had his pre-season. You can now start rating him, in these games. So I expect Alexander Isak to start against Man United then. If that's the case, I expect Alexander Isak to start against Man United in every single week if he feels like he's now in his where he can really perform now. and we need performances. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Carl?
This team is not used to losing 3 games in a row. I'm just wondering what effects that may have had on confidence and who do you look to in the dressing room to sort of re-establish sort of normality?
No, I think these players might need me, but I don't think they need me to tell them what has happened. We've played 10 games this season, won 7, lost 3. And the 3 we've lost by very close margins, twice in the last minute, and once both teams got a penalty. Both times the VAR should have overturned that decision.
We've also won games in the last minute. So it's... I told you guys, nothing's changing. Nothing is changing. We've been talking about this since international break. Will Slot change his tactics? Will Slot change his system or anything like that? And I kept telling you guys, I reckon Arne Slot and his team are looking at the stats and the data, and they believe there is not much wrong and needs to be changed. He spoke about the few things where we're conceding goals from set pieces, long balls and crosses. They're the 3 things he's highlighted from us where we're conceding too many goals. So I expect him to change the situation where that doesn't happen anymore. He says we create more opportunities XG-wise than any other team in open play. So him saying all that tells me nothing much is going to change. But let's see if that's the case behind the scenes. Because with these managers, and it's all the managers in the Premier League, yeah, they go in front of the camera in a press conference, they say all their stuff for 10 minutes, and then behind the scenes, they probably say something completely different to the boys and go, I just had to say what I had to say. Don't worry about all that. This is what we're going to do. And then we defend better, we look better. But, yeah, let's see, man. Let's see.
Only the one we got was overturned, so the margins are small, but I keep saying we should not be dependent of that margins. Although we play Chelsea away, I think it's normal that that's an equal game because Chelsea has a very good team as well. And we were able to create more than them. So that is part of it, but results don't lie. If you lose 3 times in a row, we have to do better. But I think these players that have experienced so many things don't wake up at night thinking, wow, we've lost 3 times. We need to be aware of that. We are aware of that, and we have to react to that. But we have to give the same reaction if we win 3 times in a row and Man United is on the fixture list. So what we have to do is create habits, do everything what we usually do if we win or lose. But maybe after losing 3 times, you're hoping for that sparkle or this 1 or 2% more. Not only from us, also from our fans on Sunday.
Arne, man. Arne. I don't know about you guys. Again, I do love Arne Slot, but he stands there, he's blaming more the fans and the players than his tactics and system. Is that what it comes across as? That's what it comes across as there. Look, again, he might be saying this on camera, behind the scenes, it might be a completely different thing. He has spoken quite a lot in his press conference already about us losing games, conceding goals, long balls, crosses, set pieces. So hopefully, because he keeps bringing this up, I am hoping that, because he's not actually, look, to be fair to Arne Slot, he's not going to sit there in front of a camera and tell the world how we're training to defend better in the next game. I get that. He's not going to sit there and say that. That's something he's not going to mention. That's behind the camera, behind the scenes with the players. That makes perfect sense. I'm hoping when we go back on in the Man United game that the things he's mentioned, the crossing, the long balls, the set pieces, we've been working on in training, and he's got a plan and an idea. I mean, just to drop the team back 5 yards, Gravenberch sits instead of attacking, and things like that just change it up a little bit, little basic things here and there. And because he's mentioned it so much, but for me, it does sound like he doesn't think there's too much to change. It's going to be interesting. Let's carry on.
Did the international break help in a way in that it sort of played out of the current situation at the club and give them a chance of a new scenario with the countries, and also help quieten down the sort of talk about losing 3 in a week?
That last thing, I don't know. I assume that everybody's talking about that now again. I don't know, but it's just a situation as it is. You could argue it's better to have them with you to have the next game again, and then people cannot talk about it for 2 weeks. And now people could talk about it for 2 weeks. They went to the national team. A few of them had goals and assists, but what I like about top players is that you don't notice anything if they win 3 times in a row. They don't walk into this building or in the dressing room feeling they are so much better than the rest of the league. They just prepare themselves every single time in the same way if they win or lose. But yeah, the outside world is of course very focused on the results, which we are as well. So we don't deny the results over here. We need to do better. Not only because we lost 3 times, I think in general, if you look at all the 10 games, it was 10 times quite equal, like last season, by the way. And we are trying to work every single day to make that gap between us and the teams we face bigger. Yeah. But yeah, easier said than done.
Yeah.
James. Arne, just on Alexis, he was talking the other night after the Argentina game, saying he hadn't at the start of the season individually that he'd hoped for. Do you put that down to the big chunk of pre-season that he missed? And similar to Alex, would you expect him now to...
Who let James Pearce back in the building? Who let James Pearce back in the building?
Be in a position to kick on and be more influential?
Yeah, I haven't heard that interview, so I don't know what he meant. Did he meant the quality of play? Did he meant the amount of minutes he made? One thing is clear, and that's what it was in your question, is that he missed out on a lot. Unfortunately, he went.
So what I want to say, look, big up Gaz in the chat. As I say, I'm not turning on Arne. As I say, I love Arne Slot the bits, and I think he will get it right. I honestly do. Just going and listening to the press conference. As I said with this press conference, there is a lot of things that he's stating that is, factual. Yeah, there is things he's stating that is factual in this thing. There's things where he might contradict himself a little bit. That sounds a bit weird, as I said earlier. There is some things in there where I hear and I'm just like, Arne, that don't make a bit of sense and all that. But this is what press conferences are. They can be so random at times. But I'm hoping behind the scenes it's a different thing than it is in front of the camera. But that's the McAllister stuff.
Immediately after we won the league, and we were expecting him to be back from the start of pre-season, which he wasn't. And that led to the fact that he wasn't able to play 3 times in a row. So he went in, out, 60 minutes, 45
do
minutes.
the hokey-cokey. Yeah.
And that's never an ideal scenario for a player. But like all the others, he's a player that has experienced so many things in his career already that he will be back at the level he wants and the level I want from him.
Hi Arne. Sunday is the start of 7 games in 21 days, 3 weeks basically.
That is the McAllister questions. Fuck's sake. These journalists. Do you know what? It's the journalists that piss me off more than Arne Slot. I ain't gonna lie. It's the journalists that piss me off a little bit more than Arne does.
You've spoken plenty of times about the benefit of consistency and cohesion between the sides, but also you know that in such a period you're not going to be able to play everyone every game. How hard is it to make that balance between trying to build that chemistry between the side but also keep the freshness going?
Yeah, that's an interesting one, because we were just talking about Maka, we were talking about Alex. Those are players we need to bring them back towards a lot of playing time, but you cannot go from no playing time at all to 3 times in a week. So that's why Conor Bradley the same in pre-season. So we had a few of them that led to changes, but everywhere around the world where teams have to face schedules like this, they have more than 11 players to take on this schedule. The thing is, if you rotate and you win, you do the smart thing. If you rotate and you lose, you have to play more with the same players. This is how football works, but it's clear that in general it's, especially for certain positions, it's almost impossible to play them every single game. And if you do, it's the risk of a player getting injured, and this has happened just before the international break with a few players, and has happened during the international break with some players, not with ours, except for Alisson, of course. But so yeah, you have to find a balance in this, but I think the ones we have are now longer together. So yes, Alex is not the same player as Hugo, but they are both a number 9, and they both know what to do in our system. So it's only something I like, that I have more than 11 players that can play a game of football, and it's never the reason for us to drop points or to lose a game of football.
That's a fair answer. That's a fair answer.
Will, that's one.
And after the Chelsea game, there was a little bit of debate about Sal's positions. Mark said that was an area that Chelsea want to exploit. When you're playing a number 10 like Vert in there rather than Szoboszlai, how do you strike that balance in terms of most position, out of possession, and tracking back?
Ooh, good question. This is a question a lot of us are wanting to hear about, the Szoboszlai versus the Salah tracking back stuff. Good question, that. Good question.
What does Florian Wirtz and Dominic Szoboszlai have to do with Cucurella attacking?
Last season, pulled a little bit more intense defensively on the right.
Did he?
His energy is pressing, whereas Wirtz is more of an attacking midfielder.
I think they're both attacking midfielders, and both are expected to defend, like all our 11 players are expected to defend. So yes, in this particular case, I heard the comments of Cucurella. I also saw how they scored the 2-1, but I could also show you 5 or 6 moments where Mo could have made the difference for us. And if that would have happened, we would have had the conversation like last season, where he so many times made the difference for us. And
okay, big up the chat, man. So the Cucurella one's interesting there, because obviously Cucurella went live after the game and said the Chelsea game plan was to attack down the right hand side because Mo Salah doesn't track back and isolate the right back, and that's what they did, and they did it very well. Now they just are starting to slot that, and he's basically saying, like, they should both be able to defend situations, is basically what he's saying. So I hear that, I understand that. That's why I've always said in the last few weeks, you know, it's just not the manager at fault here. The players have got to take accountability. And that's basically what Arne Slot is saying here. Some of the players have to take accountability. Now, going on, the thing with Mo Salah, he is correct. Sorry, guys, I've got dry throat. He is correct, yeah. I said it, I ain't gonna lie, I said it after the Chelsea game. You know, Mo Salah should have done better with the chances that he had, and the areas of the pitch that he created chances and got into and stuff like that. He needs to do better. Now, is Arne Slot right to be picking Mo Salah out there? I don't know. I'm not a manager. That's not my thing. But Arne Slot feels like it's the right thing to say. I don't think he's wrong. The thing is, though, guys, I actually don't think he's wrong. You know, I think what he's saying is right. Do you know what I mean? But, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Let's listen.
And yeah, if that then doesn't happen, you get probably comments like this. It's always the balance between winger and fullbacks that is quite... I want our fullbacks to attack as well. So that, we have to find the right balance in that. But I just said in the start that we are conceding too many crosses compared to last season, and this is something I'm aware of, and we have to do better.
That's the end of that. And I'm going to say this, what he just said there. He mentioned in that statement, in that in that press conference, Arne Slot mentioned it quite a few times about defending crosses. And he's right. Our defending the crosses is absolutely awful. So he's correct in saying that. So I need to see us defending crosses a lot better in the next few weeks. And maybe that is something that him and his team are looking at doing on the training ground, how to defend crosses from the opposition a lot better than what we've been doing on the pitch. So that is one thing I took out from that press conference, because he mentioned it quite a few times. So let's look out for that in the weeks ahead, in the games ahead, how we look better in that situation. But yeah, big up the chat, man. And I don't think he was wrong about the Mo Salah situation against Chelsea. I actually think he was correct, but some people don't like managers. Like a lot of people like managers to take a more accountability, right? And I do as well. I like managers taking accountability. It looks like he puts a lot on the players, but hey, it's the way he is. The one thing I will say, right? The one thing I will, he had three. I would say he had three very good chances. Didn't he? Isn't that the one when he put one wide from Florian Wirtz's through ball and things like that? So yeah, I would. I will say Slot needs to have maybe a little bit more accountability, as Liverpool 67 in the chat says. Like, he picks the players, picks the team, sets things up. So he's obviously got to have some accountability. Players have got to have accountability. Accountability needs to be everywhere. Everyone needs to take responsibility for what's happening on and off the pitch, in training, in the game, stuff like that. So accountability needs to be everywhere. And the fact that Slot kept mentioning about defending crosses better, I think that's where Slot's taking accountability. And he's looking at the situation, I'm hoping going forward that he wants to defend crosses better from whatever position it is. Deep crosses, byline crosses, early crosses. I think he's looking at that. And if he's looking at that, he's taking accountability, and I'm happy with it. So we'll see how that goes in the next few weeks, to be honest, because it's not a quick guy. Against Man United, we're perfect now. It takes a few weeks to get that going. Yeah, that's it, man. That's a big up, Heaven. How you doing, man? What have I got here? Big up, Randy, with the super as well. He says, play the right players in their position, into the right formation, and play to our strengths, and we'll win games. Done. Big up to you, Randy. Also comes back with another super. So enjoying the content, people. Show your appreciation, smack like and subscribe. Big up, Randy, letting the people know what to do there. Appreciate you guys, really do. So that brings us to the Man United game. Alexander Isak. Hang on 1 second, guys. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. The Man United game's going to be an interesting one. The team selection, who he puts in, who he doesn't. We know Gravenberch is fit. Gravenberch is going to start this game. We know Kanate is training today and probably tomorrow. So if he trains okay for today and tomorrow, I'm sure Kanate starts this game. He mentioned Alexander Isak in that press conference, talking about he believes now he's completed his pre-season and he's ready to go. He said we can start rating him. He literally said it himself. We can start rating him from now. So that's something we can look at now. So I expect Alexander Isak maybe to start against Man United. The interesting thing, we did call Ekitike and Isak both nines. Because there's been a lot of talk of playing Ekitike on the left wing, or in like the 10 or the left wing, sorry. There's been a lot of talk about that with Ekitike amongst us Liverpool fans. He just mentioned him as a 9 and the talent that we got where he can bring people off the bench to make a difference in our team now. And that tells me that maybe Isak is going to be the number one striker for Liverpool, and Ekitike is going to be the bench option at this moment in time. Now, Ekitike is in amazing form. Amazing form. And for me, Ekitike needs to start and Isak needs to start. But if Arne is looking at it and thinking they're both 9s, I don't see a situation where we can play him with Mo Salah still in the team as well. So, yeah, it's a interesting one to me. But I think, let me know in the chat, guys, who starts, Isak or Ekitike? Let me know in the chat, man. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Actually, I'll do a poll. I'll do a poll. Oh my God, what have I done? Let me do this poll for you guys. Isak, Ekitike. Right, guys. I probably haven't spelled Ekitike right, but you know, it is what it is. Right, the poll is in the live chat. Go and vote in the poll, guys. Who starts against Man United? Isak or Ekitike? It's going to be a bit cruel in Ekitike if he doesn't start. But Isak's 125 million, man. Yeah, I agree, somebody, man. The way he was talking about Isak there makes me feel like he's going to start. The right-back situation. So if we're thinking Gravenberch starts, Kanate starts, Virgil starts, I probably think Kirkez starts, Marmondashvili starts. Who starts at right-back, man? Who starts at right-back? Let me know in the chat, man. Who starts at right-back? This is the interesting one. According to the manager, that Isak's completely ready to go now. He believes he's fit and match fit and ready to go now. So, you know, it's interesting. I'd start both, but I think when Mo Salah goes to AFCON, Liverpool play Ekitike and Isak together in a 4-4-2. I'd go with Frimpong. I'd go with Frimpong as my right back and just play him right back for the next few weeks. What are you guys saying now? Bradley, Sabozalai. I'd play both. Yeah, I would as well. Frimpong, Bradley. Bradley was amazing for Northern Ireland. Frimpong. Be Apollo. Frimpong's the only one who overlaps Mo. Frimpong. Bradley. Right back Frimpong. Jay, just listen to what Ekitike said when we signed him for us. He knew we were bringing in another striker. It's very true, Ant. Frimpong is too weak, easily pushed off the ball, says Roscoe. Big up, Roscoe. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Frimpong. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Big up the chat, man. Much love to you guys. I would go Frimpong for his pace. Push their wing backs back with his pace. I've got a feeling it's going to be Conor Bradley, though. I don't know why. I don't want to see Szoboszlai right back. I don't want to see Szoboszlai at right back at all. Big up Fake Pundit. I don't think... Big up John Conway. So McAllister coming back from North America, does he play McAllister? Because the game is Sunday, I've got a feeling McAllister might play because the game is Sunday, so he's got an extra day's rest. If the game was Saturday lunchtime, I don't think McAllister will play because it's Sunday evening, late afternoon, 4:30 on a Sunday. I actually think he plays, you know. I actually think he plays. So I think McAllister and Gravenberch are going to be the double pivot. I think Wirtz is going to be in the 10. Do we see a world where Szoboszlai doesn't play low, guys? Like, honestly. Do we see a world where Szoboszlai is on the bench? Or do we? It's crazy. I just got to. I would love, personally. I would want. Personally, for me, I would want Szoboszlai and Gravenberch and Wirtz in the midfield three. McAllister on the bench at the moment because of his form and his fitness. If McAllister and Gravenberch are both playing, Wirtz is going to play. This is Manchester United. This is why we bought people like players like Wirtz. Wirtz is going to play in this game. It's a big game. Wirtz is going to play. I think Szoboszlai plays right back. I think Szoboszlai goes right back. Isak will start. Cody will start. And Mo Salah will start. And we've got to start strong against this Man United team. Man United are a good side, man. Not a good side, sorry. Man United are a shit side. I was about to say Man City are a good side. Man United are a shit side. Let me get that straight. I had Man City on the brain for a second. Man City are a good team. I think Man City can go top because they play before Arsenal. Man United are terrible. And Liverpool should be going right at them from the moment that whistle blows. Liverpool should just be fully attacking this Man United team, going straight at them. We know United are going to play this three at the back, 5 in defence. They've got no legs in midfield. That's why I think Szoboszlai might actually play and McAllister on the bench, because Szoboszlai, Wirtz and Gravenberch gives you more legs in midfield against Man United's midfield. That is one thing United lack, is legs in their midfield area. That's why I feel McAllister might actually be on the bench for this game. Isak up top because of his running in behind, stretching the opposition. I think Wirtz might get a lot more opportunity in this game because there might be a little bit more freedom on the pitch for him. Yeah, that's the way we might go about it. But United, they're going to play counter-attacking football. We know what they're going to do. Counter-attack. Not completely sit back, but they're going to play that counter-attacking football. They're going to try and suck Liverpool onto them, pulls, and they're going to use the pace. They're going to try and use the pace of, and Buemo and maybe Cunha if he plays, and Sesko as their front three. They're going to use the pace there. Leave Bruno Fernandes in that sort of free role where he doesn't have to do any defensive duty. I think that's where Liverpool can get a march from Man United this Sunday, because Bruno Fernandes gets that free role and has no defensive ability or no defensive duties. Liverpool could actually overman and overpower Man United in that middle of the pitch, which means we'll probably get a little bit more control of the ball. But yeah, they're going to play on the counter, man, with their pace, and that's all they're going to do. That's all they're going to do. I think this is the game Liverpool win. I think Liverpool going to come back strong here and get all 3 points. I really do. I don't know why I think that. I've got this feeling we are. I think the players all getting away for 2 weeks on international duty came at the right time for us. I think if we played Man United straight after Chelsea with no international break, we could have been in real trouble. With that international break and that gap, yeah, I think it could be a blessing in disguise for us. And the players going away feeling better about themselves, getting a bit of form going, coming back a bit angry, a bit more sharper. Yeah. Big Anthony says, Arne Slot on playing style of long balls. The playing style of long ball and the fighting for the second ball is not playing a style, a team has had. Hang on. Let me get these quotes up on the screen for you guys. Bigger Ant. So this is from the embargo section apparently tonight. There's some Arne Slot quotes coming out from the embargo section. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see that a bit. So Arne Slot on playing the style of long balls. That playing style of long ball and fighting for the second ball is not a playing style a team has had that has won the league in the past 10, 15 or 20 years. If you want to win a league, you cannot, in my opinion, with that playing style. I don't see this style in any team in Europe that wins a league. It's not Bayern, not Barcelona, not Madrid, it's not Liverpool, and it's not City. Okay, interesting quotes there. Take it what you will. from Arne Slot. Very, very interesting quotes there. Very interesting quotes. He does not like, yeah, big Ant with the DM, man. He does not like long balls. So Liverpool won't be playing any long balls against Man United, but I think what he expects is Man United to play a lot of long balls against Liverpool. So on that counter attack, so it's about Liverpool defending to not let that long ball happen, and to defend the wide areas better, to not get the crosses in. It's basically what he said in his press conference. It's basically what he's saying there in that quote there from his Bargo section of his press conference. So yeah. Let's see what he does on the training ground. But I think this is going to be Liverpool, not at their best, because that's still to come. But I think Liverpool going to be a lot better. I just feel it. I think Liverpool going to be a lot better. I think the players getting away on international duty means, they're playing well. They're coming back to Liverpool with some sharpness, and they're happy. They've had good performances. They probably feel better about themselves, and they're going to put that on the pitch against Man United on Sunday. Before we leave here, guys, get your predictions in the chat. While you're looking at your predictions, let me look at the poll right now. So 61% of you guys in the chat right now believe Alexander Isak will start against Manchester United. So before I close that poll off, guys, make sure you're voting on that poll. I'm going to give you a couple more to vote on that poll. Is Isak 61%, Ekatike 31 at the moment. And get your scores in the chat. Also, guys, we are, look, if you want to hit the like button, hit the like button. 130 people in here. If we can get 100 likes, obviously, it's all cool. If not, don't worry about it. Roscoe gone 3-0. It was a slide dig at Arsenal. There's no doubt about it. 3-1 us, Isak, Mo, and Sesko for them. Mickey's going 4-1. Yeah, get your score predictions. Don't forget to vote on the poll if you want to as well, guys. It's now 62% of you guys think Isak will start. SNH is going 1-1. I've seen a few 1-1s going around in the last few hours on YouTube and Twitter. So you're not the only one. I've seen that going around as well. A bit of confidence is a bit down at the moment. We need that confidence hit. We need some adrenaline back, don't we? We need that confidence boost. So a good win will get us going again. There's no doubt about that. Mo's 100% scoring. Yep. Yeah, this is Mo's game, This is Mo's game. There's no doubt about that. Stabby's going 3-0. Yeah, I'm going 5-2 Liverpool in a madness. Somebody's going 3-1 Liverpool. Verts bracing Isak. I hope that I want Verts and Isak to have a great game. James going 7-0. Do you know the weird thing about the 7-0? Last season, that season we beat Man United 7-0. Didn't we just lose like 2 in a bounce or something like that? And we had really poor form, and we beat Man United 7-0 out of nowhere. And if I remember it rightly, the first half was quite even. There weren't much in it. Liverpool actually didn't play that well in that 7-0, which is crazy. But yeah, I hear it, man. J-Town, how you doing, my friend? He's gone 2-1 Verts and Cody. Randy, I don't know why, but I have a feeling 4-1 Isak and Mo. Big Anthony says we need to be fast. Start. We've got a B team next week, Brentford. Big up my man Colin. I'm not confident. We're usually dreadful after break. Hope I'm wrong. I hear that, Colin. Laugh out, James. I like your thinking. 5-2, man. Let's go 5-2. I'm going 5-2. Crazy. Who's Roscoe? Roscoe, you know me somehow because you know my nickname. Right. How does Roscoe knows my nickname, so Roscoe obviously knows me. Right, now I need to know who Roscoe is. This is interesting. Right, hang on. Because they know my nickname. Hang on. Oh, was it supposed to say bro? Yeah, you got my nickname though. That was my nickname. Brooks, my nickname. That's crazy, Roscoe. Your typo was my nickname. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's why I thought you might know me, like you had using a different name or something like that. No, you forgot your streams. Big up, man. Oh man, your your typo was my nickname. That's why I'm sitting there going, do I know Roscoe? Do I know Roscoe in real life? Have we met before? Does he know me? Big up, my friend. Big up, man. Big up Dragon Wolf in the chat as well. Next Saturday, not bad for Jay, my birthday in the Reds and UFC and beers. Big up Ant-Man. Yeah, next Saturday's going to be a madness. We've got Liverpool Brentford at 8 o'clock and the UFC's at 7 p.m. Crazy. Oliver Gladster confirms Mark Gay will not sign a new contract. Crystal Palace captain has communicated his decision to the club. He's on his way, man. Big up Ben in the chat as well. Mr. Benjamin White in the chat. Hope you're doing well, man. Yeah, one day, man. One day. It's crazy. I haven't been called that for so long as well. Do you know what I mean? There's only close. The thing was why I said that. Only my closest friends call me that name. My closest friends call me that name. And I was like, Ross, are you going under a different name? We know each other. But no, you just did a typo. Crazy, man. Who's my favourite UFC fighter? Mine is, same. Mine's Pereira. Yeah. Right now, Pereira, man. Pereira. Yeah, Gene Gray in the chat. It's been a while, Gene. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. 4-1, Mo Brace. Yes. Big up, Gene. It's been a while, Gene. Hope you're doing well. It's giving you flashbacks to back in the day. Big up, Ross. It's crazy, man. Aspinall game Garn prediction, Jay. I think Aspinall does win. I don't know what it is, though. I've got this sneaky feeling that the longer it stays on his feet, Garn might catch him with something. He's extremely dangerous, but yeah, I think Aspinall does get the job done eventually. Jamie, we keep a clean sheet and win the game, so need focus on that. Yeah, big up Liverpool 67. If we keep a clean sheet and score goals, happy days, my friend. Happy days. Right, guys, what we're doing now, my stream is now ending. I'm going to be live with a Sam on the Sam's channel in about 10 minutes' time. So what I'm going to do, guys, is redirect you over to a Sam's channel. When you go over to a Sam's channel, just put Jamie Raid in his live chat so he knows you guys have turned up from my channel. So, yeah, Jamie Raid in the Sam's channel, guys. I'm going to be over there in 10 minutes talking to Liverpool Man United with a Sam.